Hey there, Summer here from Childcare Business Growth, and I'm with Anders from Family. He's one of my favorite people in the whole world. Just a ton of fun to be around, really great product. Tell me a little bit about Family.
So Family now, like 11 years in the making.
Okay.
Started in Europe, in Denmark in particular, which you may hear from my accent. Focused really on supporting childcare providers globally. Got a lot of customers in the UK, Germany, the Nordics, of course, and now also in the US. So huge focus on seeing whatever we can do to support the operation, parent engagement, and basically running a smoother operation is key.
Fantastic. Okay, so when you say parent engagement, tell me a little bit about what that looks like from Family's perspective.
So parent engagement was kind of like where we started as well,
Yeah.
11 years back. So my co-founder had a little daughter that started at a center in Copenhagen in Denmark, and we saw that everything there was like paper-based, so small notes back and forth, notes on a bulletin board, no one was reading it.
Yes.
So we thought, okay, there's definitely a need here for something to ease the communication and the engagement between the parents and the center and the teachers. So yeah, that's kind of how we started. So and it's since evolved from there, but it's really kind of focusing on how can we make the center feel like a small community? How can we make sure that they're connected, teachers are recognized for all the great work that they do by sharing moments and stuff that happens during the day that the parents wouldn't otherwise know about. And I think that recognition from parents then the other way with a like or a small comment or a comment when you meet the teacher later, we feel that drives engagement, and it drives also satisfaction for the teachers. So I think it's sort of a good cycle that teachers love to share what they're doing, parents suddenly get a respect for what's happening, and also give some kudos back to the teachers. So.
Excellent. Well, and okay, so in 11 years, you've seen some evolution of technology.
Definitely.
Right? Like you said, you started out paper, pencil,
Yeah.
and, slips getting lost in the back seat of the car, and other parent not getting the communication. So evolution of technology, we have Family, we have parent engagement. Any AI incorporation, or tell me what you're thinking in terms of technology.
I think there's a lot that there's a lot has changed and a lot hasn't changed. Like I think we came out like just after sort of the iPad and the tablet. I think that's one of the enablers for also having more technology in the classroom in the right way without being obstructive. So I think that has just gotten better and better, of course, over the years. And then it's about what can we do to automate things, what can we do to make things easier. And now I think the latest revolution, of course, AI. There's so much happening that's super interesting. It's almost like, sometimes you lose your breath because it's happened. There's so much happening right now. So I'm spending a lot of my time keeping on top of what's going on. What are the opportunities? What can we do? I think there's a huge opportunity to help teachers and admins and directors do ease the burden of documentation.
Yeah.
So we've done a few things in Family already where we incorporate technology. One thing that's been very popular is when you want to write a message to a parent, we have a lot of teachers that are not necessarily English native speakers. So AI can go in and correct your grammar and spelling and make the text better before you share it with parents. So that's made a lot of teachers more confident in sharing information and less directors and admins that need to review communication before it goes out. So that's been super good
that's
thing.
incredible. That's absolutely instrumental. I work with a couple of different schools where most of their staff are predominantly Spanish speaking. And so that language barrier, when you're in the classroom day to day doing the work, it's not a problem, but it is that communication piece. And in early childhood, we're all about building trust and getting to know the other person. So
and connections also, right? So I think this helps strengthen connection, that there is a communication channel. I think one thing that comes to mind as well is also we have this live translation incorporated in Family as well, where teachers can also write in English, but if the receiver is not, the parent might not be a native speaker, they can just decide between 130 different languages to see that message in. So we've always been a big fan of like images speak louder than words, but now parents will also be able to read what's coming. So even though
that's really exciting.
So again, all about strengthening that connection and communication. I think that helps de-escalate situations also when they arise when there's a lot of respect on each side.
I love that. Okay, day 2, CBG Live. What has been one of your favorite parts about the conference? And I think I know what you're going to say.
You?
Yes! Axe throwing.
That was fun. That was fun. Yeah. Never tried that before, but yeah, that was a lot of fun. You know, I could go for this conference just for the axe throwing.
Yes. Yep.
So
It's come
I
to
think
CBG Live. We throw axes.
amazing.
No,
yeah, I think it's my
best
fifth or
ahas.
sixth time, you know, at CBG now, and we keep going to these events. And I think, of course, the people that are here, you know, CBG organization, everyone is just so friendly, so warm. It's amazing. You always feel welcome, and also just, you know, meeting other vendors, meeting other people from the industry. You know, I always enjoy that when I go. So I think it's just about, for me, it's about really connecting with the people, get the latest what's happening in the industry, what's top of mind for people, see if anyone's interested in family, of course, but it's just as much also to stay connected.
Any
with what's happening.
ahas from today, from the sessions today? Today was a really big day.
No, I watched a few of the sessions, and again, back to AI. I think particularly, you know, Nick is just so much on top of what's happening in AI, and I'm trying to stay on top as well. So I think that was always interesting to see what's the latest, what's happening, how is he thinking AI, and how is he thinking AI to be applicable in early education? Because I think we're thinking a lot about how can we make sure that it's used, but it's used in a right way, so that teachers feel supported and admins feel supported, and not like some AI is coming in and suddenly it's a robot that runs the center. That's not the intention.
I think what I love when I speak to really smart people like yourself and Nick, what I love is there's a lot of thought behind the scenes. So when we're talking, taking care of people's children, taking care of their literal most prized being, there has to be some safety features on the back end. And so I love to hear your thoughts on the safety features on the back end and how to incorporate that into early childhood responsibly and safely. So I really appreciate that from both a parental standpoint and a teacher standpoint. So please know that.
I think it's so important, right? That, you know, we're thinking, and that's also why you're thinking like it's so key to have humans in the loop, because AI is still a new technology. You know, even the AI companies are struggling with like how do they make sure that everything is safe, and there's a lot of things being, you know, money being invested in that element. But we also want to make sure that that of course whatever we do, there is a human reviewing stuff, so it will help you. It'll make things easier, but you're still in control of what happens. I think that's the important.
Okay, what would you say for school owners or directors who are a little hesitant to incorporate a new technology, incorporate family, or just with AI around the corner? What would you say to help ease their mind a little bit?
I think everything, like everything new, everything can be taken in steps, right? So there are things you can take it a little bit at a time. Same thing with other technology and also with family. You can decide to implement it a little bit at a time. Start with what you're most comfortable with, and then you can kind of expand as you get more and more comfortable. So I think it doesn't have to be a big bang, which can sometimes be a scary thing. You can do it gradually, get your parents involved. Is the one thing I'm sure about is that the modern parent and the parents who have children in childcare today, they expect some level of technology and communication, and that, you know, there is a line of communication digitally as well. So I think you can be quite comfortable with that the parents at least will have some sort of expectations, and it'll be a level up for them. And then you can kind of gradually get your team on board. And I think also many of the team members have grown up now in the digital age. So often they're pretty excited about it if it's used in the right way, right? And it doesn't feel like you're just adding yet another administrative burden to everyone. Then no one is happy. But if it helps you generally, then it's usually good.
Absolutely. Okay, where can we find more about family? People who are interested in checking out family, maybe reading some of the blogs. You have an amazing blog. So reading some of the blogs you have going on, how can we find you?
So everything on, you know, starts with our website. So family.co. So that's FAMLY. So family without an I. There's no I in family. .co. Yeah, you can find a lot of it. We invest a lot in great content that help both directors and teachers. So whether it's, you know, how to do your marketing, and I'm sure we also done something with CBG, or how to run a better operation, or whether it's about child development, we have a lot of good content. And then you can also check out our product and see whether it's for you. So.
Fantastic. Thanks, Anders. All right. One more question. Who is your favorite CBG team member?
Oh, that's a tricky one.
Do 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 do.
I don't know if you remember, but it's one in summer.